The year was 2000, the turn of the millennium. I was 40 years old. They say life begins at 40. It did for me. It was the first day of the rest of my life, and I was in deep. After 18 years of paying a mortgage and 11 years of running a business and a shop and an art gallery, I lost everything in 1 week. The reason for this was because I trusted one person too many. There was a man from Wales who had a giant printing operation, and he supplied the biggest company names that we know, household names. He supplied them with all their literature, advertising literature, supermarket chains and shops, you name it, really big names. This business in Wales had a web press, a web offset, and I paid the man a few £1,000s, the business owner, to print a brochure for me for Royal Mail distribution. It was for a restaurant chain. But what happened was, he simply stole my money, and he never supplied on the day, and I got fined several £1,000s by Royal Mail distribution. I lost all the money I paid this man, and also I had to reprint everything by obligation to stay within the law, and also pay all the fines. What it amounted to was I lost £40,000, and having struggled for 11 years to put a business into profit, I lost it all, and I was served with a charge for papers which sequestrated me. I was bankrupt. My house was repossessed with a with profits insurance policy worth an extraordinary amount of money. I lost all that. I lost the property itself. My car was repossessed. I was out of a job. I didn't have any house, nowhere to live. I was homeless, and my bank account was shut down, and I had no identity. So what I did was I just wandered around for a year and lived on the street. And after a while, I thought I could perhaps use the showers at college, a college building, because no one would know who I was. So I used to pretend to be a student in order to go into the college and use their facilities, because I had nothing else and no identity. But I pretended to be a student in order to be unnoticed, not draw attention to myself. And this gave me somewhere to live or stay at times, hiding in classrooms and things like that when they were shut. And I thought to myself, well, if I am here pretending to be a student, I may as well officially sign up. But my problem was I didn't have a bank account and didn't have an identity. No fixed address, no identity. I couldn't get a student loan. But eventually, through an awful lot of negotiation, I got help from someone who allowed me to use the college's bank account, and this allowed me to apply for a student loan, and I got into college. And then I turned up on August, and it was a very warm summer day, and I went into the college as a student, but at a very low ebb. And because I'd lost everything, my car, my accommodation, my house, my identity, my purpose. So I walked along all these long corridors and felt like everyone was at least half my age, and that was probably true. And I came up to a door number which I was supposed to report to, and I peered through the glass, and inside the classroom there was, I estimated, about 45 women. It turned out there was 42 people who had registered on this humanities course. And I thought, good golly, they're all in there, and they're all chatting away, and they all know each other, and I'm just completely coming in here out of the blue, on my own. And then I realised they were all women. Everyone was women, no men in there, no buddies. So I tentatively opened the door and went into this classroom, and everybody stopped chatting, just looked at me. And I actually think they thought I was the lecturer. And within a second or two, they realised probably I wasn't, because I wasn't announcing myself as the lecturer. And then it was all silent, and I looked around, and there was nowhere to sit. Every seat had been taken up, and I was standing there like a right shooky in front of all these people, and these were going to be my student colleagues. And I thought, I could potentially look like an idiot right away here. So what I hadn't realised is there was a couple of other guys who'd registered on this course, but when they peered through the window to the classroom, through the door, they didn't have the balls to walk in, because it was very intimidating, so they just never bothered. They never actually turned up and registered. So I thought, oh well, this is my only chance. So I walked into the classroom, and then I felt, what do I do now, because there's nowhere to sit, and I could look really awkward here. So I thought, there is only one seat, and that's the lecturer's seat, which was behind the desk. So what I did was I went round to the desk and picked up the lecturer's plastic chair and turned it around to face the front, and then walked over to the front of the class and just sat down on that, which meant I was now facing the whiteboard, and not everybody. And that took the tension out of the situation. What was I going to do? And that was my first experience at college.